It seems like sustainable power is such a scarce resource these days. So could you maybe just elaborate for our audience the factors that are driving this rising demand for energy and just how the overall power landscape has been changing?
Well, it's not just sustainable, it's actually sustainable with how you create it. Because you can see right now in the AI race, China is firing up coal plants to generate electricity because they don't have any permitting problem there. But the rest of the world, that's you can't do that. And so you've got to find places like Norway and like Finland where there's an abundance of hydroelectricity or nuclear power. Those are sustainable, they're clean. And if you talk to the hyperscalers, the tenants essentially that want to lease these or build on these lands, this is a big deal for them because their shareholders demand sustainability. So again, you could say, well, look, I have great land and I'm generating all my power using coal burning, facilities. That ain't going to fly. It's not going to work. And also, you can't tap the grid in North America right now. If you want to build, 500 megawatts or a gigawatt in an AI compute facility, you can't put that on the grid. The local mayor won't let you do that. The library, the hospital, their power costs would go through the roof. So you've got to find ways to find sustainable power at sub 6 cents a kilowatt hour, and that's what Bitzero has.
And so, there's many power applications that Bitzero could apply itself to, but some of the most significant announcements that we're seeing are coming out of the AI compute sector. Would you be able to maybe walk us through some of the power or what the power requirements are going to look like to be able to build this sector out?
They're massive. If you want to build a gigawatt, which is what the hyperscalers are looking for now, those 18 tenants around the world, you're actually going to have to build 1.4 gigs of power to get 1 gig of compute because you have to have redundancy. But it's not only that, you have to have water to cool, and you have to have land, and you have to have the permits, and you have to have the fiber. And so Bit Zero, the way it's creating all its value is it's putting all of those together, finding sites of, 100 acres, 200 acres, 300 acres, 1,000 acres, whatever it is, and getting the permits. And they're agnostic to who actually uses it once they have it. If you want to mine Bitcoin, go ahead. You'll have one of the lowest costs of mining Bitcoin. But I think the future for this company, and this is the reason I'm investing, is they are going to be inundated with requests from hyperscalers that need more compute power. And it's insatiable. We've never seen demand for power like this. And so the bet you're making, and I love the analogies, go back 300 years. Do you want to invest in the jeans and the picks in the gold rush? Or take the risk of picking which miner is going to win and find gold? I love infrastructure. I'll just sell jeans and picks to everybody. And that's exactly, I mean, I'm not speaking for management, I'm just an investor, but it's so clear to me they're going to be totally agnostic for who comes and says, look, I want to lease some of your land to build my compute center. And Bitzero's not taking risk on which chips or who's going to win or who's going to lose. They're just providing the picks and shovels and the jeans. And I love that. To me, why not help everybody? Because you're not going anywhere without power.